Hey YouTube, it's your girl and welcome back to my channel. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. As you could tell by the title of the video and probably the reason why you're here, my save file is corrupt and I really didn't notice that it was corrupt until I decided to go to another world. I usually go to like 3 different places. Like, where do I go? So I live in San Sequoia as my main current household, and then I go to Newcrest and San Myshuno a lot, and very seldom Magnolia. But I did want to go to Willow Creek for a specific reason, and I got this error on the screen, and that usually means that parts of your save file is corrupt. So it doesn't exactly affect me from playing the game because I could play the game just fine. But when I want to go to a specific area, I'm hit with an infinite loading screen or I'm hit with the error code, and that's not cool. Like, you're supposed to be able to play your game however you see fit. And basically this video is to just start from scratch, but this video is to teach you guys that you don't exactly have to lose everything. I know sometimes people are so distraught when their save file is corrupt. I've done the best that I can, like anyone else would have, like recovered a save. That didn't work, and I refuse to go too far back, so because then it's like, what's the point anymore? I tried to remove all my mods. As you could see, I removed all my mods, but we'll talk about that in a moment. But even removing my mods didn't work, so we're going to do a timed event. I'm going to time myself to see how long this takes, you know? Basically, it shouldn't take too long, especially if we're starting vanilla. It shouldn't be too heartbreaking to go back. I know this wouldn't help you if you can't open your save at all. Even when you recover it, the neighborhood just won't load. I can't help with that. I also can't help. I could sort of help if, like, you have a lineage, like you had a 10, like you're on generation 10. I could kind of help with that, but you may not like it. You may feel like it's not the same still. Let's try to make this as easy and swift as possible. I'm not freaking out too much because my game opens and I could still play, but I'm bored. I don't want to stay in San Sequoia. I do want to venture out and do certain things. So let me show you step by step what you could do, and then you could start right back on track as if nothing happened. At least that's how it will feel for me. It'll feel like nothing happened. I started a new save. If you have a lot of mods, take them all out, except you can leave MCCommand. I took out MCCommand too. Like, I just put them in a whole separate folder. So you don't want to delete them all, you just want to take them out of your Sims folder and then put them to the side. As you can see, I left my save in here, but you'll understand why all your saves still need to stay for the time being. But yeah, take all your mods out. I have like 22,000 over that in my folder, so this will make this process really long if I have kept that in there. And we're gonna talk about our lots because I have put down some lots. So let's grab the lots that you know doesn't have too many custom content or any in it. Next, I actually decided to save my mod folder. So my mod folder has like MCCommand Center and my other script mods. You don't have to include your other script. I do know, I guess maybe some of my lots have the script mod traits, lot traits. So it's just like, I left that in there. So half of my script mods from my mod folder is in there. From my script mod folder is in there, and you will need MCCommand Center whether you use mods or not. You will also need the save file you want to begin in, whether it's a whole brand new save file or you want to start over and it's breaking your heart to start over, and you had the most beautiful save file you think you had, whether you built it from scratch yourself or whether you got it from another save file creator. This video is going to help you do it right next time. For example, this is the save file I played on. It's by Prince, and you should definitely follow him on Tumblr. And he also has a YouTube. He is working on version 3, however, I cannot wait that long, so I will be going back to version 2 and pressing play. So start on the new save file you want to start on, and instead of working on the calendar right now, we're gonna at least work on the lots. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bulldoze the lots that I didn't really care for. Some save files, like if you want to start brand new and you don't want to rebuild your save file, you just kind of just want people already there. Like let's say you're so fed up you have to start over and you just want a live families, a live save file again with families and stuff like that. Again, I highly recommend the save file Love Letter by Prince because it's really nostalgic. It goes back to Sims 3 and Sims 2 and kind of fused, but it mostly, I guess, heavily Sims 3 inspired, and it kind of just fuses that together so it feels like a Sims universe, but the old way, not the Sims 4 universe, the new way. And they all have stories, they all have lineage. It's just that this save file does have a lot of households, and I did had to kick them out in my new one. So the one that got corrupted, kicked them out to replace it with like maybe a commercial lot or something like that. So yeah, that's what we're working on. We're gonna work on going through each and just bulldozing those lots. So I'm not gonna start my timer now because obviously we're stuck at this loading screen. So now we have opened the game. I am only going to focus on the cities, on the neighborhoods that I care about most, which is San Mai, San Sequoia, Newcrest, and now it's Willow Creek. Maybe some Magnolia Promenade too. That's kind of how I worked on this game anyways, like, and that's the sad part too. Like I slowly worked my way up. I didn't really like start doing everything all at once, and now it's kind of like I have to do that again, where it's just like, oh, we're just gonna pretend these places are the only ones that exist, and then later. But that's why I want you guys to keep your worlds, I mean not your worlds, your last save, continue to test them as you place the lots, because you never know, it could have been a lot that corrupted your save. I sort of doubt it myself because the lot that I was trying to enter had no CC and no mods. Like it was a Maxis match lot, and I was having trouble entering that lot. So at least if you're going to go back to your old save and play certain lots, make sure you could still enter those lots and enter that world every now and then when you open your game, or once you place your lot. Even a lot of the lots I'm placing now are still Maxis match. Like they don't really have much in it. Some of them actually do have mods, whether it's a lot trait or it's CC. Make sure your mods are all up to date before you do this. And yeah, we're just gonna work on these for at least for the sake, or 5, that's 5, at least for the sake of the video. And again, we're just bulldozing right now. It actually might be easier to just place and bulldoze, whatever is easier for you. And I say this because what I mean by like bulldozing first Maybe you don't want to place the lots because I told you to take out your CC folder, and maybe some of your lots have CC. And also, replacing a lot may take longer than just replacing a lot from a lot that is already bulldozed, because they have to replace all the furniture. You know, that's a lot of loading. So if you just start placing lots on an already flat terrain, clear terrain, it might be a lot faster for you. Sometimes I may have like a few saved lots in here, but I know it's not the same saved lot that I'm playing. For example, I have downloaded the lot before, but I've edited the lot. So the lot that's in here isn't the same one in my last save, even though it's the same exact, lot, if that makes sense. And that's also why I say clear out your library, because you're probably going to do a lot of saving if your save file is heavily modded or has a bunch of new lots. You might want to delete this, like clear this out, and be very, very careful, because I don't want you to be in a rush and you delete something that you kind of need or is kind of important to you. So delete what you think you 100% would not need. So let me start with sand mine. I'm going to be clearing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lots, and maybe 6, 7, 8. Ooh. And then we're gonna 9. Do I want to start with sand mine? So as you can see, I'm just removing sims from their lots, and then I will bulldoze the ones that I need to bull down just to mimic the other save. So I'm removing them from their lots, and then I start bulldozing. And then you want to make sure you're saving in between. I accidentally hit an infinite loading screen once I bulldozed a lot and then try to get back into the lot. It happens, the Sims is buggy, so I had to start all over, but this process takes at least 40 to 50 minutes just going in and bulldozing altogether. Surprisingly, I mean, it felt faster, but it actually takes a while. But I would start slowing down once I get to the lot and the neighborhood that kind of, not just the lot, just the neighborhood in general, that kind of gave me that 801 error in the first place, because that's when you might save the error into your new save file. So just be very cautious when you start. I'm also turning all the lots into residential lots afterwards, so you don't get that. You don't want to save where there's like over 15, 10, or even one lot where it's saying a caution, missing items. So just make them all residential. So now I'm in my old save, going to get the lots from there because I didn't get those, or I didn't get all of them. And then I'll be placing them back into my new save. However, I would like to add that you should put your mods back in your folder if you feel comfortable, because again, if some of your lots do have mods and you're about to place those and save those, you would need your mods folder back in there. And we're back. Y'all, forget the dang, what is it? Forget the timer. This thing takes forever. And I think it's because of the loading screens. But also, you need to save between placing lots, because sometimes you'll hit an infinite loading screen because for no reason. The game be buggy, y'all, and maybe even need a repair in between that. But other than that, I've went to almost every town to make sure that it plays and runs well. So we finally got here. The next thing you want to do is just work on your calendar, which took me forever after looking at my calendar and replicating it and all that stuff. So this is my full calendar. It's a little bit different, very, very ever so slightly. I changed the tiniest things. My girlfriend day icon is different because I couldn't find the other icon. Same thing with my summer solstice. That was annoying. That was so annoying. But it's a little bit different, but it's mostly the same thing. Like I changed some icons, or I changed to like certain things that you do in the day, just a little bit. But yeah, that took forever. But that's what you want to work on next. However, I would recommend that before you start working on your calendar after placing all your lots and saving, is that you have the UI cheats mod. If you don't, you're just gonna have to shift control C if you have PC. I don't know what you click on for Mac, but and then do like a seasons cheat. You right click seasons and then you just boom, and then you start working on your calendar. Because if you just try to work on your entire calendar and then try to change it, the days are not going to be the same. Like, for example, your Catterday is going to be on a freaking Thursday or something. So don't do that. But yeah, you just want to save, and you want this to be your base save. So you have all your calendars and all your lots placed. That way, if you have an issue in the future, like far off into the future, then at least your calendar and your lots are placed, and at least your calendar is on a working save file. I would even go on the desktop and make a duplicate of the save file, but at least your calendar is saved. You don't have to do calendar stuff anymore. And now we're going to talk about relationships and when you're going to need MCCommand. Let's shift click, because that's how I did my settings. Is how I got to MCCommand, is I had to shift and then click, so it's not the first thing. And then you just go to relationships, and they were just good friends, and they actually had a pretty, decent compatibility. So I'm gonna just set our active relationship levels to already knowing each other, and we're friends. That was one of her good friends, but let's start it with friends. They might turn into good friends later, and this is why I wasn't too worried about it. When you go into Simology though, your milestones will be kind of gone. So that's a bummer. You could always cheat milestones, I guess, but the only milestones I had was, what was it? The baby moon milestone, the baby shower, stuff like that. But remember, you could cheat, you could look up those cheats for that. My whole goal with this was to just because your save file messed up, don't give up on your family. Just keep going, keep doing it. Come up with a story where oh, maybe something, unpredictable and tragic happened, because that happens in real life, where their lineage, maybe there was a hurricane, flood, and their lineage got wiped out, and it's only you two again. You kind of have to push forward, and your sim is sad, or they have amnesia. You just come up with the story, because it happens to folks, guys. When you click on your genealogy, I don't have any what do you call, family members. I never had any just yet, but I'm thinking, and you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but if you have to move save files, you will still see sims, but they will be blanked out. So maybe their names won't be there, or maybe it would just be a figure, but you'll still see that they had a lineage. If not, bummer. However, I recommend downloading SimTree app, I'll leave it on the screen.
Sims Legacy Hub is a web-based program where you can track your family trees, who they're connected to, life stages, and more. You can create Sims, add descriptions of them, photos, pronouns, life stages, occult types, and even if they're deceased. You can also connect Sims by their relationship on the tree, and there are tons of different relationship types you can choose from. The trees also don't have to be just families. You can track friends, pets, and even robots. The tree uses a web style of tracking versus a tree, so you can actually move your Sims around to fit everyone in, and you can either move it freely or you can do a snap to grid to make it all look really nice. You can use Sims Legacy Hub to track just a few Sims if you only have a small family, or generations of Sims and be able to see them all at once. Unlike the family tree in the game, you can have up to 300 Sims per tree and see them all at once. You can even share your trees with your friends.
Boom, and a link below, but you should always kind of like keep up with it, and the reason why I say that is because it shouldn't just be on the game. This is a PC game. You're gonna lose. Sometimes you're gonna need to reset your PC. Your PC will malfunction or get destroyed. Knowing how faulty, buggy, and the game is, EA can be, you could accidentally delete your stuff. You could accidentally, get your save file corrupt. Things happen. So just kind of keep a tree to the side, a notebook. It's not weird. You are a gamer. You keep gaming notes. You care about your characters. Keep that ish with you. It's not the end of the world. Keep going. Keep pushing. I will do this to all my characters, add relationships. I'm not gonna cheat the milestones, just not for this family. It's not too serious for me. But if I had a lineage, I would cheat the milestones more. Another tip I think that would help is if you don't use this is gonna be hard and this is gonna be controversial, a big one. Or maybe not. Don't use mods. I know it's so fun to use mods and stuff to make your game prettier, better, realistic, max is max, however you like to play. But even I stopped doing this after using it for maybe a year or a few months because the game just updates and breaks things so much. Don't use tool mod. Like, support the mod and the creator if you want, but if you care so much about a save file that you'll just not play for months and then just slowly be miserable, even starting your new save, be miserable. If I'm trying to help you start from where you was already at, just don't worry about making a taxi sit in the middle of the road, trash, and all that stuff. Knowing how temporary Sims is a lot of the times. Save files can get corrupt after too many years or months, or patch updates break things, or you're waiting for an update and you can't play your game yet. Because I realize when you save and the tool mod isn't updated or you're having issues with it and your things aren't where they were anymore, and you try and you're just like, screw it, I want to play this game, and you save, that stuff is gone forever. And I was just like to the point where like, you know what, never mind, because it's like I'm not gonna not play the game for extra more months and test out this game and fix bugs and stuff and save over it, and then all my stuff is gone. So I didn't worry about it too much. If I was to use the 2 mod again, I guess I'd put some cars out here when I get a car, or a car in my another lot when I move, and that's about it. I'm not gonna worry about decorating streets no more. Even when I downloaded right, I knew I was having issues. But that's another thing. Like, don't stress yourself out putting more mods in your game in places they shouldn't be, because who knows if that's breaking your save file. You're wondering why, oh, I've deleted this or I've done that and in my town, but something's still broken. Maybe there's a freaking piece of CC in the middle of the ocean that's not supposed to be there, that's messing it up. or that's a broken CC. I don't know. I'm just saying, don't worry about stressing yourself making stuff like the things you see online, thinking your things have to look like that in order to enjoy the game. And that will make you feel less depressed by, oh my gosh, I don't get to see this freaking boat sitting right here anymore. Like, well, you won't feel that way if you don't have it in the first place. I still hope this video helped. Let's just go over everything I just said. Ooh, I gotta fix this tree sticking out. First, you want to at least, whether you're doing your own save file and you have to go through the pain of placing lots in so many worlds, or you're doing, I also recommend you doing a file that's already set so you don't have to worry about doing that and you could always download it. But if you are doing your own file, you only have to do this one time after this video. So, start from fresh scratch of a new file of whatever you're working on, place those lots, bulldoze them all first, and then place those lots, save in between, repair your game if you feel like something funky is happening, and make sure you could go to those lots. After that, you are going to place your lots back, and again, save in between if you need to, make sure things are still working. Then you are going to download your townies as they are. If you could open your save file in general, because some files be so broken, there's actually no way of salvaging anything back. That's why you always must save your library, save lots and families in your library once you're finished. But anyways, place those families back from that save file. So I'm still on my 3rd trimester. I'm perfectly fine. Outfits are still saved, everything. Place them into the new lots. You could do that before or after, it doesn't matter. Save and then work on the file. Work on the calendar, I mean. After that, save that. So now you have a beautiful save that works with the families you need and the save file you have. We're not even talking about script mods yet. So after you save it, you have your calendar, you have a working save file. That way you don't have to worry about, hey, if something gets corrupt again, you have to do everything again. No. If you do have to do everything again, you have this save file saved to your desktop now. Because not only did you save it on your game, you saved it onto your desktop. Your calendar at least works. So if you want to add a new lot, at least your freaking calendar, that's the last thing you have to do to save all your time. After that, that's when you want to use MCCommand and start working on relationships and piecing those together. And again, you don't have to wait to do that after saving, the lots and your households and in your calendar. You could, I guess, make everybody know each other, and then with MCCommand, like I showed, and then save it onto your desktop however you see fit. I think the MCCommand dude updates his mod pretty on time and fast. So and obviously the obvious thing, guys, before you do any of this is make sure all your mods are up to date, so you wouldn't have done this for nothing, and make sure you deleted things that you didn't need and stuff like that. If you want to now, you can delete some things off your library. But just keep going, just keep pushing. Get, like I said, the Sims Tree app. Monitor your lineage. Another way of keeping your Sims alive is doing what I'm doing. Have a social media. Always post them. Talk about them. I mean, you play Sims. You play the game. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, and it's nothing to be too sad about. And if you want to think about it again, sometimes, I guess, if you're on generation 10, right? Sometimes, sim number 1 does get forgotten, like in real life. Like, sometimes you're not thinking about Adam and Eve 24/7. You're just thinking about, you and grandma. You know, you only go that far back. You and great grandma and all those other people. You're not thinking about your long distance cousins and who birthed you and the apes or whatever you believe in. You know, you're just focused on maybe like the 4 generations of you can, as you're socially capable of doing as one person. And you could think of your Sims that way. Like maybe they don't remember certain people. I don't know. Now I did make their grandparents, well, their parents, my child's unborn child's grandparents. So I will be clicking on the mailbox or MCCommand, however you do that, and summoning them just to make sure that they know them. And I will be using MCCommand to make them mother-in-law and stuff like that. So that's all for today's video. I will be saving this onto my desktop now. So I have done a little bit of MCCommand and putting it onto my desktop. It's fine, I guess, for me. Like I said, doing whatever order you see fit and stuff. I hope this helped. I know it's like probably like the other videos where they're just like complaining about it, or they're just like, all you have to do is recover or start all over. Why do you have to start all over in 2024? It's almost 2025. That's just my main thing for the video. Why do you have to start all over when MCCommand exists? Anyway, that's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I didn't even plan to do this video, and I have a bunch of other videos I should have been working on, but you know what? Eventually, blah, 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 blah.